Hello students, welcome. In today's lecture, we will understand the computation of specific cost. A firm can raise funds from different sources such as loan, equity shares, preference shares, retained earnings, etc. All these sources are called components of capital. The cost of capital of these different sources is called a specific cost of capital. Computation of specific cost of capital helps in determining the overall cost of capital for the firm and in evaluating the decision to raise funds from a particular source. The computation procedure of a specific cost is explained as further. First, we will understand cost of debt capital. Generally, debt may be in the form of debentures, bonds, term loans from financial institutions, and banks. The debt carries fixed rate of interest payable to them irrespective of the profitability of the company. As per our well accepted goal of wealth maximization, the cost of debt can be defined in terms of the required rate of return that the debt financed investment must yield to prevent damage to the shareholders' position, that is, to keep unchanged the earnings available to equity shareholders. For example, if a company issues 12% debentures worth rupees 5 lakh of rupees 100 each at par, then it must earn at least rupees 60,000 per year on this investment to maintain the income available to the shareholders unchanged. If the company earns less than this interest rate, then the income available to the shareholders will be reduced and the market value of shares will go down. Therefore, the cost of debt capital is the contractual interest rate adjusted further for the textile liability of the firm. But to know the real cost of debt, the relation of interest rate is to be established with the actual amount realized or net proceeds from the issue of debentures. The net proceeds from debentures and other long-term loans are equal to the issue price of the debenture or amount of loan minus all flotation cost. The flotation cost are the cost of issuing debentures or obtaining the loans. These include the expenses such as printing and selling of prospectus, advertisement, stamp duty, underwriting commission and brokerage, postage, and others. These are generally expressed as percentage of face value. Further, the debentures can be issued at par, at discount, and at premium. In nutshell, the net proceeds in different situations will be calculated as follows. If debentures are issued at par, then value will be par value minus flotation cost. If issued at premium, then par value plus premium minus flotation cost. And if at discount, par value minus discount minus flotation cost. Thus, the net amount realized or net proceeds at the time of issue will be less than the amount to be paid at the time of maturity or face value of debentures. Hence, by adding the annual average of the difference between these two amounts, that is maturity value and net amount realized, in the amount of yearly interest, the cost of debt capital will be calculated on average capital. The average capital is computed by dividing the total of net amount received at the time of issue and the amount payable on maturity by 2. The following formula is used for it. KD is equals to R plus MV minus NP divided by N whole divided by MV plus NP by 2 and multiplied by 100, where KD is cost of debt, MV is maturity value of debt, NP is net proceeds, N is number of years to maturity, and R is annual interest payment. When debentures are redeemable at par, the maturity value will be the face value or par value, and when redeemable at premium, the maturity value will be face value plus premium to be paid on redemptions. Here we have some different cases, like when debentures are issued at discount, when debentures are issued at par, when debentures are issued at premium and redeemed at par on maturity, and if debentures are redeemable at premium. Besides these, the cost of perpetual debentures, that is the debentures which are not redeemable during the lifetime of company, shall be ascertained by dividing the amount of interest by net proceed, that is KD equals to R divided by NP, where KD is cost of debt, R is annual interest payments, and NP is net proceeds. Tax adjustment. The cost of debt capital is the after-tax cost of raising debt capital in the market today. The above cost of debt capital is the before-tax cost, but the interest payable on the debt capital is admissible deduction in computing the taxable income of the firm and increases the profitability of the company by reducing the tax liability. This is called tax shield. The tax shield is viewed as a benefit accrues to the company, hence the cost of debt capital after tax will be reduced in proportion to rate of tax. Therefore, to ascertain the effective cost of debt capital or after tax cost of debt capital, an adjustment is made in the before tax cost in proportion to the rate of tax. The computation is made using the following formula, that is KD after tax is equals to KD before tax multiplied by 1 minus T. Cost of preference share capital. Preference shares are fixed cost bearing securities like debentures. The rate of dividend is fixed in advance at the time of issue. There is no fixed date for their redemption except redeemable preference shares. Though payment of dividend on these shares is not a legal obligation like that of interest on debentures, yet these can be issued only when there is a possibility of paying dividend. Thus, the dividend expected by preference shareholders is the cost involved, and it should be computed in case of irredeemable preference shares by establishing the relationship between annual dividend income and net proceeds of their issue. The following formula is used to find out the cost of such shares. KP is equals to DPS upon my MP, NP into 100, where DPS is dividend per share and NP is net proceed. Cost of redeemable preference shares. As per Companies Act Amendment Act 1966, issue of irredeemable preference shares or redeemable after the expiry of a period of 20 years from the date of its issue has been abolished. Therefore, in practice, only redeemable preference shares are issued. Such shares are redeemed at maturity date either at par or at premium. Therefore, the cost of redeemable preference shares is calculated in the same way as discussed in the case of redeemable debentures. Only the word dividend is used in the place of R in its computation. The following formula may be used for this purpose. Kp is equals to D plus Mv minus Np divided by N whole divided by Mv plus Np divided by 2 multiplied by 100, where Kp stands for cost of redeemable preference shares, Mv stands for maturity value of preference shares, Np is net proceeds, N number of years to maturity, and D is annual dividend payments. It is to be remembered that the cost of preference share capital is not adjusted for taxes, since it is not a charge against profits but an appropriation of profits. So this is it for today's lecture. Thank you so much for your patience and listening to it.